Good evening, everyone. We're gonna be doing those videos. So today I just wanna talk about. Let me turn off the music. All right. So hopefully I'm clear now. All right. So today I just wanna touch on a subject that a lot of people have confusion around. This just to kicks that off a conversation. Hopefully it will continue. Somebody will take it somewhere and we'll have a broader discussion around it. This is concerning the issue of surnames in the African community, or what other people may call last names. Surnames, last names, whatever you want to call it. As we know that you know South Africa has an issue of unpresent fathers, people who don't raise their kids or who don't even know that they have kids. We don't know whatever the issue is around there. But the fact that the father is not around, it's a common story in our society, you know. Sad, but yeah, that's the case. Anyway, now the confusion comes to the kid to say, you should be using your father's surname, whether or not the father married your mother or not. So I just wanted to unpack it just a little bit. Hopefully I'll hear from you guys what you think. And yeah. So when we look at this issue, it mostly comes when spirituality is involved. Maybe the child is having some health issues or struggling to make it in life, and then they go for consultation made with a traditional healer or whatever, and then the best solution that they get from the place that they go for consultation is that you're not aligned with your surname, and this is causing issues like stagnancy in life. There are a lot of stuff that you cannot progress in because of your surname, and you need to make a ceremony to the ancestors so that they can pardon you and open ways for you. That is generally the feedback that people get. And some people go looking for fathers who they don't know where they are, if they're still alive and whatnot. Anyway, shout out to the new movie Fatherhood. I love that movie. I wanted to do a review on that, but then I don't want to spoil it. Go and watch the movie. Once everybody watched the movie, then we can do a full review on the movie. I like the fact that fathers are having a light. Finally, somebody's recognizing dads who are putting day in, day out work in their children, making sure that they grow up with the right discipline, the right teachings, who are there to, in all areas of their lives, to change diapers, to take them to school and all those kind of stuff. So thank you to Paul, to Dana, to Kevin, to Matthew and the rest of the cast for that. Hopefully we will unpack it. But anyway, I don't want to get out of the main agenda. So surnames. when I look at this issue, right? Um, so you meet a woman. Let's say, for example, I meet a woman. I don't promise her anything, or I promise her something, but at the end of the day, we end up having a child, right? So out of all that, I decide not to be involved. I decide I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know if he eats, if where he sleeps, how much is school tuition, and all those kind of stuff. The woman that I was with ends up having another person who, respectfully, in the tradition, in the African tradition, covers that, you know, that shame that I left behind. In other words, rectifying my mistakes. Not only that, this guy raises my child, give him lunch money, whatever effort that this guy puts in. The fact that my child has a roof over his head, he's eating, he's sleeping, and I have no idea what's going on with him. And then a couple of years later, he gets sick, whatever, and then he goes for consultation. They tell my child that, no, you need to use your father's surname. But how fair is that? Is that fair? Is that fair that people had to put in the work of raising a child, which is not an easy work, by the way? It's tough. It's tough work. So now he has to come and continue my legacy when I wasn't even interested in the child. Is that fair? Do you think that is fair? I mean, when we look at, okay, you are saying it's an ancestral thing, they demand this. But if we look at the tradition, the African tradition, the African tradition says that the child can only carry the grandfather's, like the grandfather from the mother's side can only carry that surname if I went into that household as a thief and I did my damages. Unless I send people to go and pay for the damages, make a ceremony for the child, only then my child can now have my surname. So why would, spirits persecute a child for my mistakes? Why am I not being the one who's suffering? I don't think that is fair. Anyway, I don't want to make this video long, but I had arguments around it. People are saying, yeah, but which surname would you use if your mother was married? Is my mother married? That's the question. That's like asking me, but what would you do if you were a millionaire? Well, give me millions and you'll find out. You know, you can't just throw something like that. You know, I feel like if you really does that, if you're aggressive enough, you will succeed in whatever you do. That's just how I feel. And if my father, or if I'm a father to a child and did not do right by him, why should he continue my legacy? What about the people that put in the work to raise this kid? Huh? Anyway, those are just the thoughts that I want to throw around. Think about them. Let me know what you think. We're gonna go deep into this thing, bro. We're gonna go deeper and deeper. This is just an introduction. But think about it. I was wronged, or I wronged somebody, and then now the ancestors are making his life difficult because of my own mistakes. Come on, bro. Come on, bruh. All right. Anyway, that's it. Let's hear what other people think. Uh, let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation around it, and hopefully, we'll find the right answers. But I have an issue with the rules that govern your life. If they're really fair, if your rules are fair, or if any laws that govern your life are fair, then you would know what justice is. I mean, it's right in plain sight. Is it justice? For me, let's say I'm an ancestor. For me as an ancestor, to persecute a child because the the people that came from my lineage are making mistakes. No, I don't think that is fair. Why? Because it means I didn't leave behind the right teachings. Or I left the right teachings behind, but my child, I didn't raise my child well enough to teach him to do the right things, right? I do understand the lobola issue. That lobola is a big issue in Africa. If somebody wants to do the right thing, it's a big issue. But there are ceremonies like damages, which even if you don't want to marry the mother, you can make a ceremony for the child if that is really what you want. Not only that, but be there for the child, bro. Like, make sure that he's taken care of, make sure that his future is bright and all those kind of stuff. Then this child won't even need to go around looking for people to tell him spiritually what is wrong. You know what is wrong. Do the right thing. Anyway, yes, we'll hear from you guys. I'll be waiting to hear what you guys think, and then hopefully it will be a series. We'll just go deeper into the household, the spirituality behind the household. Why are households under attack, and all those kind of things. This is just an introduction. All right, let's hear from you guys. What do you think?